Hey everybody, today is Friday, March 5th, 2021. So just before we get into this video, I do want to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Topic to be determined. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do it on yet. Like I said, I have to be very careful with my wording, so we will probably get into subjects that are pertinent to what is going on, but I can't always put that in the title because it would be demonetized right away. So just know that we'll have a good discussion like we normally do, and we will go from there. So this video I want to talk about, and this is what I think is, go ahead, Sax, that's enough. Did you get your check yet? Okay, so they're talking about this next American, now it's called the American Rescue Package, I believe is the terminology they're using, even though at this point only 9% is actually going to help, or for coronavirus type of stuff. And a lot of this package is a bailout to states that played games the entire time, New York being one of them. I want you to think, okay, so we'll get into the checks here thing in a minute, but I do want you to think about this here. So we've had this whole thing. Now certain states are opening back up, and a lot of the states that are opening back up are Republican states. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's very interesting. A lot of them that have stopped the mask mandate, that are stopping the restrictions, that are allowing people to open back up and go back to work. A lot of Republican states doing that. Now, obviously, there's a lot of down the aisle stuff happening, okay? But I want you to think of the loss of revenue from the tax base that has been going on basically for over a year now. Because you figure things really got started going with February of last year. By March of last year, things were really getting going, and everything had started. But so for over a year, you've had a tremendous loss of the tax base. Taxes on everything. I mean, they tax us on absolutely everything. So when people are not going out to the movies, when people are not going out to dinner, when people are not traveling, when people are not staying in hotels, when they're not visiting resorts, casinos, doing all those type of things, flying, taking cruises. I mean, there is a tremendous loss of money going on there, and a lot of it is taxes. Okay, you look at New York City is a great example. That's where things. Well, it's funny how it started in Seattle, Washington, and then it jumped to New York City, and then in New York City it was just like, it was ridiculous. Okay. But the amount of money that has been lost because of that is just tremendous, tremendous. A lot of people have suffered greatly. They still are. So this is going to be back to my point. So in December, they passed a stimulus package, right? And they have admitted that there's millions of people that have never gotten that $600 stimulus check yet. Me being one of them, okay? Taxpayer, I'm paying my taxes. If you're going to give me $600, I'm going to take it and I'm going to spend it. Okay, I have not received anything. And I know a lot of you out there also have not received anything. I know a lot of people with direct deposit got theirs first, but I have had people tell me that they had direct deposit as well, and they never got any money yet either. Now, if the government is so concerned in wanting to help people, so this is, my point of this thing. This was passed in December. We're now in March. And a lot of people still have not got that $600. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting. A lot of people in great financial need. And so, that's ridiculous that they're not getting that money out to people. And again, and I like to say, well, you can claim it on your taxes. That's not the point. The point is, this was passed in December. Get people their money. But they don't care. So they played games with another impeachment, which they knew was never going to get confirmed in the Senate once again. Just a colossal waste of time, bureaucracy, politics, bipartisanship, where one side is grandstanding and knowing that they're not going to get whatever they're trying to do done. It's ridiculous. And now, of course, now they're hemming and hawing on this whole this next package. It's in the Senate now, and they still haven't voted on it yet. And there's a lot of pork in this one. A lot of pork in this one. And so once they do pass it, which I'm sure that they will, hopefully they'll pass it in time to make sure that they're actually helping people. And let's see how long it takes for that $1,400 check to go out to people. That'll be interesting as well. I can't wait to see what that's going to be. But again, a lot of games being played out there. A lot of games. And, it's just not stopping. And this isn't about left or right or any of that type of stuff. This is about, if you're going to help the American people, then help the American people. It's just they will give a little bit for this, but then they have millions and millions of dollars going to their little special interest things that they want to make sure that is in there, that they get. I think there was like so much money going to museums. I know in the last stimulus package there was 1.5 billion went to the railways, which they still haven't spent yet. And they wanted to add another 1.5 billion to the railways in this one, and they still haven't spent the first 1.5 billion. More money to the airlines. It's nonstop, and it's like big business, they care about you. Small businesses, screw you. That's how it seems to me, and I'm sure it seems that way to a lot of other people as well. So, but. It is absolutely crazy what is going on. I think it's ridiculous that first, well, it was actually the second, because we had a $1,200 check to start with. I did get that one. And then, they had passed this other one for $600, which, again, still have not got that one yet. And, waiting on that. And then supposedly they're going to pass another one for $1,400. Now, I want you to think about that. So we're talking about a grand total of $3,200, okay? With all three combined. How far is that going to take you? How long will that help you to survive? A month? 2 months, maybe, if you're lucky, okay? Just regular bills, trying to pay a mortgage payment, trying to feed your kids, trying to, pay down those credit cards that, most people have, and with the high interest rates and stuff like that. It's nonstop. And when you're not working and you don't have that income coming in, and there's major issues with that. Okay, major issues with that. So I don't know. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Have you gotten yours yet? I know I did this before, and I do want to bring this up again because there's a lot of people that still never got that second check, that $600 check, and they should have long since had it. If they were so concerned and wanted to, and I'm talking about Washington, D.C., not one side or the other side, I'm talking about Washington, D.C. If they were so concerned for the American people, everybody would have had that $600 by now. And not everybody does. So, to me, that's a huge issue. Huge issue. So I wanted to bring this up. I've been talking about the Prepper Underground Railroad. And so I got people telling me, oh, well, you need to change the name. First of all, not changing the name. It's going to be called the Prepper Underground Railroad. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I did talk with Grim Survival, and they got, he's doing his thing with that, and he has his own ideas and stuff, and that's cool. And we've talked about working together and stuff like that as well. The more people, the more channels that we can pull in, agree to work together, I think that that's a good thing. As I mentioned in my last video, I believe, I think I talked about it, Magic Prepper is on board. I spoke with him. We do plan on working together for sure. And I do plan on reaching out to some other channels as well and seeing what we can get accomplished, what we can work with, who's willing to work together and those type of things. Again, this is just for the betterment of everybody, to network, to get our strength, because there is definitely strength in numbers. And believe it or not, I know a lot of people do feel alone with prepping, or they don't really have anybody involved with them directly with prepping. But there's a lot of people out there that are prepping, a lot of like-minded people. And if we can pull like-minded people together, realize that they do have that strength with other people that are prepping, people that they can work together with and those type of things. I think that that is a tremendous, tremendous thing. So I am continuing answering emails. It's going to take me forever because every day more people are signing on. Okay, huge response to this so far, which I think is a cool thing. I've talked to quite a few of you already, and people seem very enthusiastic about it. So it's definitely a positive thing. It's going to take some time. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. I have, like I said, I got to contact a bunch of people first, get their information, their address and that type of thing, and then what we're going to be doing, and I explained this before, but I'll do it again really quickly. If you have somebody within a 100-mile radius of you, what we're going to do is you're going to get a first name only and a phone number. Come on, I'm doing a video. First name only and a phone number. Then you're going to contact each other. Okay, you'll talk on the phone. If you decide to meet, what I'm encouraging people to do is meet in a public setting. A restaurant, a diner, whatever the case may be. Have a cup of coffee, maybe grab something to eat, and sit down and speak with that other person. If you decide from that point that you do want to work together, whatever you do from that point is up to you guys, okay? But I think that there are a lot of good people out there. Now, are there some shady people, underhanded people? Of course, there's always going to be that. But I want you guys to think about something. In a post-event, there's going to be very, very little trust. Very little trust. And the problem with that is going to be is you're going to have people that are going to try to take your stuff. But if you can forge those relationships ahead of time, I think it's hugely important to do, and that's why I'm trying to get this thing set up and this thing going, and that's what we're doing. So I got to tell you, the weather outside, the sun has been out all day long, which has been wonderful, but let me just tell you what the temperature is right now. Oh, it's saying that the temperature is up to 30, okay? But which means up here it's probably about 24. So, but the wind's blowing, and it is cold. It was really cold this morning. We have a couple more days of cold weather, and then it's going to start getting nicer, and I'm really looking forward to that. So that's why today's video is not outside, because I'm not going to stand out there in 24-degree weather with the wind blowing, because that sucks. So just sharing that with you, why I'm doing it inside in front of a nice fireplace with the fire going, having a nice fireside chat. I like doing it this way too. I got the puppies out right now. I'll be bringing them back in shortly. But great power day for the homestead. Like I said this morning, when I got up and took them outside, I could just see it's going to be clear blue again. And the sun has been out all day long. And again, it's cold, but it's weird how psychologically up here, even though it's cold, that sun, you're like, oh my God, yes, the sun's out. It's crazy, but that's a New York thing. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off here for now. I'm going to encourage you, please join me tonight, 8 p.m. for the live stream. Topic, again, is going to be determined. I'll post that when I get that set up. And so join us then, and we'll have a good discussion. There's definitely things going on that need to be discussed, and I think it's important. Okay? So anyway, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can get past all the other nonsense of race and religion, and realize that we do need to work together to survive, that would be a great thing. There's so much we could accomplish on this planet if we stopped all the infighting and all the stupidity and everything else. There's a lot we could get done, and a lot of positive things that could happen. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. And last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only person that is going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive. Stay away from the negativity. Stay away from negative people telling you what you can and cannot do. Surround yourself with positive people. It makes a big difference. It really does. And set those goals and make them happen. All right? I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now. And, hold on. Sax, say goodbye, as I've been hovering because I want my attention.